Are you struggling to get the rest of the organisation to move away from short-term product-centric thinking when it comes to engaging your customers? In this episode, we're going to talk through how to overcome this with a unified customer engagement strategy. Welcome to the Customer Smarts podcast, where you'll discover smarter ways to deliver customer experiences. I'm your host, Justin Stafford, and I've been helping big brands with digital transformation and CX strategy for many years. Now, there's three things I'm going to talk through today. Number one, why is it so hard to get engagement strategy right? Number two, what are the indicators that you might need to change? Number three, the essentials to creating a great customer engagement strategy. Let's start with why it's really difficult to create a great customer engagement strategy across your entire organisation. There are four key factors I'm going to talk you through. Number one, balancing long and short-term goals. As a CX or marketing leader, you're typically trying to drive towards a long-term vision, but often you feel like you're getting pulled back by short-term product or business unit demands. There's a constant tension between long and short-term goals, and often you're stuck right in the middle. As an example, I was recently working with a CX leader who was in charge of direct customer channels. She was constantly frustrated with short-term demands from product managers and business units, pulling her away from making any long-term gains. And product managers, they were frustrated at her because they weren't getting the customer airtime they wanted. Does this sound familiar? Well, without a unified engagement strategy, it makes it extremely difficult to control this madness. You need to define how these types of teams should work together. If you don't, product teams get frustrated with the direct channels teams and then start plowing money into above-the-line media so that they can acquire more customers because, they have KPIs to hit. It's not their fault, it's more of a bigger strategic issue. Number two, poor customer segmentation structure. I covered this in the previous episode, but just to reiterate, without centralized segmentation and customer goals, the wheels start to fall off. And the product and BU teams start to work in isolation, which makes it much harder to connect them to the bigger picture. Number three, poor quality customer data. It's impossible to engage your customers well when your data is only basic demographic or product data. Without behavioral data, you have no idea what they're looking to do next, which makes it really hard to make their experience personalized or even relevant. Number four, you have to please everyone to get traction. If you want your engagement strategy to be a success, then you have to design it in a way that delivers on every product manager's or business unit's needs and incentivizes them to be part of the program. It requires really complex strategic thinking, as you need to cater to everyone, but you also need to make it simple enough so that all teams can easily action it. So moving on to the indicators that your customer engagement needs some change. I'm going to talk you through 7 different indicators. Number one, being product-centric over customer-centric. Many product managers struggle to think in a customer-centric way. They have product KPIs to hit, therefore their focus is on product features or product improvements and how to get them in front of customers, which can sometimes force CX and marketing teams into being a little bit more product-centric, which is horrible for customers. Number two, organizational silos competing for customers' attention. I've seen many instances where product teams and BUs have to book space with the direct channels team. So it becomes a fight for space like you're booking newspaper ads in the 80s. It happens when there's no engagement strategy or just a very weak one. Number three, short-term focus, not long-term focus. As product and BU teams have monthly KPIs to hit, they are naturally very concerned with hitting the numbers in the short term. So if the numbers are low, it creates a sense of panic and urgency to get in the face of every single customer, even if it's not relevant. If there's no long-term engagement strategy that they are connected to, then you're constantly faced with panicked product managers throughout the year. Number four, focusing too much on acquisition instead of retention. I was recently working with a well-established company who had very little focus on retention or customer marketing. It was easier for the product marketing managers to run their own acquisition campaigns in isolation, rather than trying to coordinate and work with other teams. So you end up burning budget in mass media, all because there's no unified strategy. And it's just too hard to work with other teams. But guess what? I've seen this behavior in the majority of companies that I've worked with. Number 5, hard selling to customers who aren't ready or even looking to buy. I see this far too often where impatience drives really poor marketing and customer experiences. It's frustrating for the customers, especially if they're interested, but just not quite ready to buy. Not enough businesses think about what to do for customers in that state and end up turning them off. Number 6, focusing only on active buyers and not nurturing prospects. Focusing on active buyers obviously comes first, but many organizations don't think much beyond that. If you help prospective customers earlier on in their journey at a time of need, it's a great way to build brand trust and preference, especially for when they're ready to buy. Number 7, you're constantly chasing your tail. It feels like you're never moving forward towards your future goals of personalization for customers. Instead, you keep getting pulled back into managing the circus of product and business unit demands from every different angle. Just by looking at a few emails that you get from a company, you can tell whether they have a good engagement strategy or not. Now moving on to part 3, the essentials for an effective engagement strategy. For this part, I'm going to talk you through a strategy I developed and implemented at a financial services company that worked really well. The company wanted to better engage their customers and move towards personalization. To do that in the most effective way, you need to be able to identify what customers' next goals are. This led to an engagement strategy and program that focused on customers' next goals. Here's 5 reasons why it was very effective. Number 1, it was a customer-centric approach. We started by focusing on and determining customer needs and goals. We were also conscious that customers are not linear robots who do things in a time sequence. Not everyone follows the path of going from school to university or TAFE, then getting a job, moving out on your own, finding a partner, getting married, having kids, then go to work, then retiring. People do things in different orders and timings. Some people have gap years. Some people go traveling. Some take time to find the right partner. So you've got to design for the random factors of life. Number 2, we created a centralized set of customer goals. This set of customer goals connected every team in the organization. So it meant this program was going to benefit everyone. We connected teams who had never really worked together. For example, we connected the home insurance and home trade services team, and now they're working together to reach home buyers collectively. Number 3, we built a helpful customer asset, which we called the Guidance Center, to help customers with their goals with really helpful content and tools. On the back end, this allowed us to capture first-party data and identify what they might be looking to do next. It also helped drive the whole personalization program. Number 4, building data capture into the design. Now, it may sound similar to my previous point, but I'm going to narrow in on the UX design aspect. It's not really that natural for UX designers to think about data collection unless it's part of their brief. However, every interaction is an opportunity to learn something about your customers, and it can help you drive your whole CX program. Every organization needs to become far more conscious of data capture in the design process and continually search for appropriate points to obtain customer data. Number 5, we help customers earlier in the journey than normal. For example, home insurance is not typically thought about until right at the end when the home is purchased. However, by creating a home buying guide with other home-related product teams, it meant they could reach customers earlier on in their journey, which meant they could build trust and brand preference and nurture them through the process. So to sum up the episode, developing unified engagement strategy is your opportunity to connect product and business unit managers to each other and a bigger long-term mission. The connector is your customers, as they all want more customers. If you can get them to work smarter together, everyone's going to benefit. It takes time, but if you can help them build a better prospect pipeline, then it's going to help you from the issue of being stuck in the middle of all the product teams competing against each other for customers' attention. This brings us to the end of the episode. If you found this insightful, make sure you hit the subscribe or follow button now, as we have some great episodes coming up. And if you have any questions or would like any help with the issues I talked through today, then reach out to us at customersmarts.co. Catch you next time.